Okay, in this example, we are going to show you how you would build an order entry screen using an external database which is stored in Northwind. First, let's start up by firing up our App Studio. Once we are in the system, as you notice, we have already created a link to our Northwind database. Now what we need to do is to pull in the relevant tables. So you do so by using the link external table, and you select the connection level. In this case, what I want to do is I want to connect to my orders system. So in this orders table, I will use the order ID and link back to a particular text, and that will be part of my orders. So obviously in my order system is also connected to my orders details. So in my order details, now I would use the auto ID and connect to my auto ID, and that would give me the orders in my system. Now the other thing is, in my orders I also have what we call shipping information. So the shippers comes from my shipper database, and now I will just pull in my shipper ID, and that would be part and parcel of my shipper information. So with that, the next thing we want to do is that the orders is also linked to my products. Right, in my product, we pull the product ID, and that's the product name, and we have that. So how does all this looks within my system? Okay, we do so by building an ER diagram. So in the ER diagram, we will come in and say, well, we start by having orders, right? In orders, we have order details. So what I need to do is to put the link, to link the order to the order details, and that is orders has items, right? And these orders are also related to a customer, and that is by linking this customer ID to this customer ID is from customer. Orders came from a customer database. Okay, at the same time is also have a ship to, so we use shipping via a particular is shipped by, and that gives us a ship by. And in my orders details now I have products, and that is by linking my product ID to my product table, and is an item, and that gives me my relationship. Okay, and if I save this, I will have that. I just realized I'm also missing of the employee table, right? In my Northwind I have an employee table, and this will get me to the employee ID, and I'll just link it to the last name, and that gives me the address, the employees. So if I look back into my orders ERD, I realize that I have orders are handled by employees, and employee detail is here, ordered by. And that gives me my whole thing. So this is my main ER diagram, and I can save this. So let's start by building a simple report to look at all my orders. So if I look at all my orders listing, that is going to come from my list of orders. So let's join the orders table to the customer table, and since we built the ER diagram, it will give us the right relationship, and at the same time we can link this to the employees, and at the same time we will link this to the shipper details, and the shipper detail will give us that information. Now we have that, we can come in and we can press our orders. So in our orders, we will want to show the order date, the date it was ordered, the date is required, and we will want to show the customer name, as well as who is the employee, and who is the person who shipped the So once we have saved this, we can now add this to our main page, which is our default page. We'll put the orders, add the title, and we're done. So when we come in here, we will be able to see all the orders that we have actually added in the system. So with that, let's try to build our order. So we start by using our order list, and that is our order system. We can just build our lookup, and what we will do is we want to look up for the employees, and in this case we want to select both the first name and last name, and that's the employee. And that's the lookup employee, and we want to show the last name, and we will put this to the employee ID. The second thing we want to do is we want to build a lookup to our shipper, and we are just going to select the shipping company name. Once again, we will show the company and look up the shipper, and this will be applied to the ship to ID. Right? The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do a lookup of the company, and that's by returning the company name. This time we want to take the company. We want to take the customer ID, we want to take their address, city, region, postal code, and country. That is the information we want to return. So when we look up our customer, our value is going to be the customer ID, but we are going to return the customer name. This will be applied to the customer ID text field. But here, what I want to do is I want to pull some information so that when my shipping address is going to be the company address, right? And my city is going to be the ship city, right? And my ship region is going to be my ship region, and my shipping city postal code is going to be my postal code, and my country is going to be my country. So don't forget the name of the company that's going to be shipped to. It's going to be the company name, and that gives me my information. So So the next thing we need to do is we need to come in and add a child list. A child list essentially is a related table, so we will link this to my order database, and as a result it will automatically show you the key column was the order ID, and we will show the first item quickly. So for us to get the product item, we got to first build a new lookup to link to the product database. So in the product database is to pull in the product, and in this case all we are interested in is the product name and the unit price. Okay, so when they save this, so when they look up the product, what essentially we want to do is that whenever you select the product, I can now come in and return the unit price, which is from the product database, to be my default selling price for this unit. And I save this, I'm ready to go. So once I'm in here, I can come in and put my caption and say this is my product item. Yeah, I can specify how big this column is, say 40 characters, the quantity 40, my discount by default put it to 0, and it's going to be 40. So once I set up this width, I can put all this value. I'm able to come into my system and save this. And when I save this, everything is ready to go, and we can start our system. So let's test our order. We can now come in, place an order by Cactus. It's going to be sold by Fuller. We're going to ship it on Monday. Okay, and it's going to be shipped through UPS. It's going to cost us $20 to send it. Guess what? The name comes in. Happy. You select a product. Let's say we need 5 of them. And you save that. You buy another item. And this will be, we will have a dozen of this. You save that, no discount, and you have another item, say tofu, and we'll put in 10 of them. Again, we will save them. So when we save this whole transaction for Cactus, we have the order, and suddenly Cactus order will come in. So if you view this order, you'll be able to see all the items that you've saved, including everything that you've ordered. And that takes care of it.